This guy, it was horrible. I know it was bad. Whatever. We're here for a good time, and that's why we're going to keep it going. This guy has been on this stage before, kills it all the time. He actually has Deborah I can't say her last name. Deborah DeGiovanni's head cold right now. He does. He's also no longer the only unemployed person in Sussex. Ladies and gentlemen, Darren Elmore!
Thank you everybody! Everybody, Mark Burnett, give him a big hand. Mark Burnett, isn't he drunk? Seriously though, I've worked with a lot of comics in my time, and I have to say, Mark is by far not only one of the nicest, but also one of the drunkest comics I've ever worked with. Racist too. It is great to be here. KD Billiards, love this place, love it. Love being here, performing for you guys. There's only one complaint I have about this place, and here's the thing. I'm not a very scary dude. I'm not. I know that. I own that. But I do listen to death metal and grindcore and hardcore hip hop. So when I go out, I like to try and dress up a little bit tougher. So, I wear the all black and the big boots. And I walk through the bar and people go, hey, I think that guy's a bit of a badass. The minute I step in front of the black light, they look at me and go, you own cats. Go home and play with your cat, sissy boy. For what it's worth, Mr. Snuggles is pretty fucking brutal. But anyway, thank you guys so much. It's great to be here. It was really great to be here. I got a little bit of an apology here before I start. I got some really bad news recently. I was doing a gig up in Fredericton last weekend, and just before I left, I was talking to my mom, and I said, told her I was going, and she said, Darren, I want you to be very careful. There's a lot of moose up there on the highway. And then she dropped this bomb on me. She said, especially on the weekends. That's fucking terrifying. My mom thinks moose have plans for the weekend. My mom thinks moose have plans for the weekend. My dad watches the Describe video channel for blind people. He's not even blind. I'm gonna have to throw myself into a volcano before I start thinking that Trump has some good ideas. So yeah, I'm a little worried about that. But aside from that, it's really good. I love being down here. The last time I was here was the very first time that I have actually performed in Quispam Sis. So it's really cool. And it's a fun thing to do when I go and perform in front of a new town. I always like to go online and do some research on the place just to find some fun facts to make fun of. And, I found something really interesting about Quispam Sis is that there is nothing interesting about Quispam Sis. The only interesting thing about Quispam Sis happened in Rossay. Boo Rossay. You're booing Rossay, right? You're booing Rossay, right? Look, before you judge me too harshly for that, you should know that I come from Sussex, so I know what it's like to live in a town that's near another town that just, shits on you all the time and treats you like you're hillbillies. And only for us, it's not Rossay, it's this shithole little town called Quispam Sis. Those guys are assholes, right? But I think if we can come together, Sussex and Quispam Sis, over one thing, it's that at least we're not Norton. Hey, yeah, Norton. That's a scary place. Some serious genetic anomalies going on at that gene pool. And what's worse about that bit is that there's some weird people in Norton huddled over an indoor trash can fire going, hey, at least we're not from Bloomfield. Yeah, I do live in Sussex. I used to live in Vancouver. That was great, and I had to move home. Because frankly, Vancouver just got too expensive for me. It's very expensive living in Vancouver. And if I had to pinpoint exactly when it was that it got too expensive, it probably wasn't when my rent jumped by $100 in 1 month. That was kind of scary though. It wasn't even when I lost my job. Hello? Test? Okay. I have to say it was probably when my parents stopped sending me money. Now, I had them fooled. I had a perfect game going on. I had them fooled. I told them I was doing some volunteer tech work for the Canadian Armed Forces. They found out I was just playing Call of Duty 12 hours a day. So, I said, no mas. So I said, you're going to take my money away? Fine. I'm going to start stealing cars and beating up prostitutes. They said, Darren, we've seen Grand Theft Auto. Sell your Xbox. And here I am, back in New Brunswick. Back in New Brunswick. Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Although I didn't want to be one of those loser, stereotypical unemployed people when I lost my job. You know, the kind of people that Vancouverites always think Maritimers are. But, I mean, the day after I lost my job there, I woke up, I was raring to go. I was going to take on the world, fix all my problems. I was full of piss and vinegar, as my mother would say. By the way, piss and vinegar, worst smoothie ever. If you're bored and drunk and you've got a magic bullet blender, don't try it. Take my word on that. But, yeah, things don't work out. Next thing you know, I was out of work for a long time. I was out of work for over 2.5 years. That's a long time to be out of work. And I think anyone who's been out of work for that length of time knows that it gets into your head. It starts playing with your mind. You start thinking, is it me? Am I cursed? Am I just unhireable? Is it bad luck? Does God hate me? But I'm really proud to announce that just this time last year, I did finally get a job. Thank you very much. It was at Poley Mountain. And for those of you who don't know where I'm going with this, the day that I was supposed to start work there, the entire place burnt to the fucking ground. But I gotta give them credit, they did a lot of smart things. They got trailers out there, they kept making snow, they hired an exorcist to follow me around 24/7, sprinkle water on me. It's all worked out for them. Yeah, but now I've got to make some changes in my life, get my shit together. I decided a little while ago that one of the big changes I needed to make was I'm going to get fit, going to lose some weight. Yes, thank you, amen. Can I get an amen? Yeah. Thank you. And I'm really proud to announce that I've just reached a milestone in my weight loss. I've just recently lost my 50th pound in the last year. And no, don't applaud. It's a work in progress. Plus, I'm lying to you. Gained 40 in the past month. But it's my fault. I eat shit. I eat the worst food imaginable. I eat garbage, and it's killing me. It's terrifying. I have no control over it. It got so bad, actually, I decided to recently put my will together. Thank you. Thank you. I know what you're thinking. Yes, I have shit. I do have some stuff. It's mostly CDs, but I decided to put my will together, and I made sure I put in a do not resuscitate clause. And that's not a do not resuscitate clause, that's a donut resuscitate clause. If you find me on the ground, just shove Tim Hortons into my face. If I don't respond, let me go. My doctor recently actually started bringing up the diabetes situation with me. But you know what, to be honest with you, if he wants me to take it seriously, he has to stop bringing up that one of the warning signs is unexplained weight loss. Where I'm from, unexplained weight loss isn't a warning sign, it's fucking Christmas. Go ahead, take off a couple of my feet 10 years down the road. If I get to be thin in my 40s again, I'll be happy with it. Okay, pro-diabetes crowd, gotcha. Weird side to be on, but whatever, you know, who am I to judge? Yeah, actually, a friend of mine told me one great way to lose weight is a juice fast. Which was really kind of interesting. It's a great idea. I think we're going to try it as soon as I can find a blender that will liquefy an entire Greco's Party pizza. Not as easy as you would think. Greco works too. No, not just pepperoni. I mean the whole thing. It's really tough. One other change I decided to make recently is I stopped drinking, started going to AA meetings. No, I'll say this, I don't have a drinking problem. I didn't go to the AA meetings to quit drinking. I'm not an alcoholic. I just go there because as a comedian, it's way easier to get stage time. Thank you. It's a thinker. And I gotta be honest with you, I don't think I'm being vain when I say that I am one of the funniest people on those shows. I mean, yeah, I get it. They took your babies away. But that's no excuse for burying your punchlines. It really isn't. Learn to structure a joke. I gotta stop going to AA meetings. I do. I don't belong there. I really don't. I mean, look at me. My reasons for drinking are valid. Obviously. Not like those dreary motherfuckers. But, yeah, for instance, one of my reasons for drinking is, and a lot of you may not know this to look at me, but I am gay. I came out of the closet later in life, and thank you. Pro-gay or just fan of butt sex? Is this the anal sex session over here? Someone's gonna be walking funny tomorrow morning. That's all I'm saying. She's right here, third row. Anybody who's into it? Blonde hair.
Boy, Brad!
That's also the noise you're gonna be making later on tonight, oddly enough. So, anyway, back to the gay stuff. I should also say too, I don't want to set a bad example for anyone. I know that being gay is not a valid reason to drink. It is a valid reason to drink appletinis though. So if you're looking for one. And ladies, if you're with your husband or your boyfriend and you're drinking an appletini and he leans over and asks for a sip and he says, "I'm just curious about what they taste like," he's talking about cocks. Sorry. Don't shoot the messenger on that one. Send him to me. I'll talk him through it. It'll be okay. Yeah. Well, coming out as gay was later in life was a huge change for me. There was so much to learn about the world and so much to learn about myself. Learn, for instance, that I am not what the gay community was looking for in a new recruit. Go figure. They were looking to go more in the direction of a hairless Latino who could get his knees behind his ears. And I don't speak Spanish. I don't, not a word. Man, no hablo español. But there's a lot to get used to. I also found out that I am a bear, as it turns out. For those of you who don't know the term, a bear, there's a subset of gays called bears, and we're called bears because well, we look like bears, I guess. And I'm one because I'm big and I'm hairy and I've been known to maul campers for food. Once or twice. Plus, my gallbladder is worth $3,000 on the Chinese black market as an aphrodisiac, so... Hello, retirement plan. Yeah. Freedom 55. Yeah, there's a lot to get used to, particularly the sex was hard to get used to. Now look, I know a lot of people in here probably think that man-on-man sex is wrong, it's disgusting, it's unnatural. And I gotta say, that's really hurtful to hear. It's completely right, but it's really hurtful to hear. I mean, it's definitely gonna raise the level of your laundry challenges, let's put it that way. Yeah, you take that one home with you tonight. That one's gonna have you waking up and screaming in the middle of the night. But anal lady over here knows what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, you know. Look, if it helps you feel any better about gay sex, just try thinking of it as a colonoscopy appointment set to a Madonna remix. Except, of course, your doctor will learn your last name before shoving things up your ass. It's not a big deal on the gay side. I don't get along too well with the gays, fellow gay men. Like I said earlier, I listen to death metal and really aggressive music and everything. You know who I do love? I love my lesbian sisters. Any lesbians in the house tonight? Couple? Ladies here? No? Right, this row? Come on. Come on. A bottle of wine and the new Adele CD? Come on, you're telling me that's nothing? Yeah, exactly. Think about it. Just think about it. Think about it. Video it. Put it on the internet. Well, ladies have balls too. They're just inside. But I love my lesbian sisters so much that actually my one and only girlfriend in university turned out to be gay. Had no clue at the time. No idea. I was clueless. Looking back, there were clues, of course. For instance, her name was Barb. That was it, really, to be honest with you. Some people you can just tell. And it's funny though, lesbians think that that gay men are really anti-women. And I gotta say, that's not right with me whatsoever. I am not anti-women. I don't hate women. I love and respect women. I just hate your vaginas. Not even your boobs. Those things are hilarious. You ever see a woman running with no shirt on? That is comedy gold right there. But the vagina, look, and I'm not really anti-vagina either. I just consider myself really, really, really pro-penis. And thank you, there we go. So anal sex, penis worship, don't know where the fisting section is, but it's probably back there somewhere. But can you blame me, really? I mean, if you look at penis and vagina side by side, penis is like having a really great roommate in university. Sleeps most of the day. Every once in a while, he gets up, parties till he pukes, goes back to bed. Vaginas, on the other hand, you've got all these weird wrinkles and funny smells and bleeds for almost no reason. It's kind of like spending an afternoon with your 95-year-old grandmother. Not fun. Not fun. Not fun at all. I knew that would make some friends here in the audience. Yeah. But now I'm just gay in Sussex. That's fun. Jeez. comedy in Sussex too. And I've had people tell me, Darren, you could probably get away with doing comedy because you're a safe gay, which I assume means that I'm not effeminate or overly flamboyant. And that bothers me for two reasons. Number one, I'm a feminist. I don't think that there's anything wrong with feminine energy. I think it boils down to different energies and how you use them. And masculine is not better than feminine whatsoever. They're both different and equal. And just as long as you're being the best of those qualities that you can be. The second reason it bothers me being called a safe gay is that I stab a lot of people. I do, I'm very stabby. I might stab some people here tonight. Who bleeds a lot? Anyone bleed a lot? No? I want to stab some people, I don't want to ruin my trunk. Oh, yeah, I know you like getting big and stabbed, don't you? Yeah. But yeah, you know, Sussex is definitely having a hard time right now. I mean, we lost the potash mines, which is rough. It's kind of like up there right now. It's kind of like going to Coachella Music Festival the weekend after Coachella Music Festival. Except, of course, that you could never get good Molly in Sussex. Anti-drug crowd. Okay, yeah. You're pro-diabetes and anti-drug. Gotcha.
Go Molly!
But I shit on Sussex a lot. I do. Literally. Every morning, 3 o'clock, sneak down and leave a pile on the steps of Town Hall.
Oh my God.
Leave a little note that says, "Get a Starbucks already." But I have nothing to complain. I mean, I try to fit in. It's tough, though. It really is tough, mainly because everyone wears camouflage up there, and so I can't see them. I don't know they're there until the truck starts up, and then it's too late, and they're gone. But I got to cut Sussex some slack, and before I hand the mic back to Mr. Mark Burnett, I got to say that you know, when I grew up in Sussex, I was terrified, mortified at the thought that anyone would find out that I was gay. It was terrifying, absolutely terrifying. And yet, just these past couple of years, I've been there. I've gotten up on stage, told my vulgar little jokes about butt sex, and they have been supportive. They didn't boo, they didn't hiss, they didn't throw things at me, they barely even set me on fire. So, times do change. There is hope for us all. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Darren Elmore, take your microphone with you. I got a new one. It's all good. Get out of here, get out of here. Listen.